What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Now, we are finally back doing the pre-match press conference coverage. The first one of the season, Sassuolo, Juventus, the showdown for, well, struggling teams. But we'll get into it. They have the game Monday. Max Allegri has some comments. Let's see how it's going to go. Stick with us. We'll fill you in. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofro, and today it is a beautiful Sunday, and I've been doing this 3 days in a row, and why do I keep saying it's beautiful? It's rainy outside for me. It's Sunday, it's August 14th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all news you care about each and every day, but most importantly today, what we're covering is the press conference from Max Allegri, mainly because if we're being honest, the other news right now has kind of subsided for the day. They're really focusing on the matches that are going on. The first day of the Serie A yesterday, we saw some important matches, but then really a lot of matches that ended up exactly how you expected them to. Milan getting gift penalties at the beginning. Milan ended up pulling out that 4-2 victory over Udinese. And then, of course, Inter doing what Inter does, which is unfortunately eking out a victory out of the clutches of a draw. Unfortunate stuff, but it's what we expected. Hopefully, Juventus can right the ship. 3 points to start the season. Don't start from behind. We'll be good to go. All right. Before we do anything, though, do me a quick favor. Just do me a solid. I ask this each and every day. Just do me a solid. Smash that like button. Give me a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel to continue to grow, to continue to bring you quality content that we do each and every day. Also, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. Let's just get into it. The comments our guy, Max Allegri, had to say going into the first match day. Max Allegri's first comments open up with saying that the first league game always intrigues. Sassuolo is a technical team. We need to play a good game. My God, did you watch them? Did you watch that first match? Or did you watch that Coppa Italia match? Just beat them. That's all I'm saying. Just beat them. Go out there and beat them. I'm not confident that it's going to be a shellacking, if you will, but just go beat them. Tomorrow is the first at home. There will be a full stadium. We have to play with enthusiasm and have a good performance. So there you go. The coach speak to begin it off saying just, good performance. Go out there, play our game, right? He goes on to say, though, some important little tidbits, though, for the team going into the very first game of the season. Szczesny on the road to recovery. He will not be playing, though, the first match. It will be, I expect it to be, Mattia Perin. He will go out there, and he's held it down pretty comfortably in the past. Obviously, didn't look the best, but nobody did in Juventus' last match against Atletico Madrid. I wonder if he'll be wearing a hat once again there on the pitch. Maybe it's just because when they're in America, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas and Dallas, where it's a little bit more probably hot than it is what they're used to. Continues on, though. He says, Pogba, we hope to have him back as soon as possible. There have been good reports there saying that his recovery is expedited, coming back quicker than we really even expected, maybe even quicker than the 5 weeks that he's supposed to be off. I'm still trepidatious when it comes to that. I still have worry that Paul Pogba will get back to health and get back to what he needs to do. But not just that, but also, what is to say that he's going to go out there on the pitch and not injure himself again and then be stuck out for an even longer period of time? That's what I'm really worried about. Continuing on, he says Chiesa at his maximum level of condition. We'll see that in January. So he's already kind of putting the brakes. I've seen reports out there saying that, Chiesa's getting better and he's started training with guys and doing all that stuff. Or maybe not training, but he's at least getting back and getting better quicker than we expected. But then he's kind of putting the brakes on there a little bit, just letting you know. Guys, don't get ahead of yourselves. Chiesa won't be the Chiesa that we're hoping to see until January. So this is why I guess the player of Kostic, bringing him in is very, very important for Juventus. And hopefully he'll be able to step up that game and really be a really good stopgap that can help create and also score some goals there in the attack. All right. Continue on, though, he says, Artur, between ankle problems and the market, is not available. So basically just putting it out there, guys. He's on the Mercado. He's there to be sold. Somebody come get him, buy him, loan him, whatever you got to do. He's not part of this team. Also, if you look at there, they released some of the number switches and the new numbers for the upcoming season. I could pull it up in front of me, but I'm just going to go off the top of my head. Locatelli switched from number 27 to number 5. Am I going to have to buy another Locatelli shirt? Chiesa, of course, already switched to the number 7. Weston McKennie switched from 14 to 8. Federico Gatti took the number 15. Artur switched to number 29, which is an interesting one because it just seems like one of those back numbers that's just saying, I'm out of here and I'm not playing this season. So that's an interesting one to keep an eye on. Maybe they are confident that they can find a suitable destination for Artur in the Mercado. Other names in there, I'm trying to remember. Fajoli, I think, was 44. I'm sure there's somebody I'm missing. Anyway, that's it. That's their numbers that I have. Kostic, I don't recall Kostic, but you know my bias. So I'll try to remember Kostic. I apologize. I forget that one off the top of my head. Let's continue on. Max Allegri talking about Kostic, though, says is a player who crosses well and will help Vlahovic. Let's see if he'll start tomorrow. I am very interested to see how he works out. Does he fit into the system a little bit better? Is he able to get some things moving and actually creating and helping Vlahovic, especially not putting Vlahovic in a position where he's got his back to goal and then he ends up, well, as we've seen, losing possession. Especially given that Di Maria, kind of one of the reasons we bring him in is you're kind of expecting him to help create for Vlahovic. Not just scoring from Di Maria, but actually, creating and scoring from Vlahovic. I don't mean not just scoring Di Maria himself doing it, but actually doing it and creating it with Vlahovic. Because that one hasn't really panned out yet. I understand it's a new team, a new squad. It's the preseason, but I'm still a little bit more concerned and see how that will really fall together, and I hope it does. Sassuolo seems to be a really good layout and a really good setup given their struggles there, flat out loss in the Coppa Italia, to see if they can actually get things going and be a little really good display for the club. Vlahovic is fine. It's normal that it takes time to get into 100% in terms of condition. He will have a great season. I think really just that's just a coach really showing support for his players and trying to give him a little bit of a confidence boost. I'm a little bit worried about Vlahovic. Him and Zakaria are two players that came out hot when they first joined Juventus, but since then have been a little bit lackluster. Zakaria's injury issue, Vlahovic, I'm not completely sure what it is. Is it that he doesn't have those pieces to help create for him? Is he a guy who can't create for himself? We'll see. The season will be very telling for that, especially given the investment in the player that we have already put in. Continuing on, he says it's useless to talk about the Mercado. The club takes care of it. We should not be distracted by that. Timeout. Timeout. Let's put the brakes on that a little bit, Max Allegri. I don't like when coaches do that, and I understand. This is literally just him playing his out card. Max Allegri doesn't want to talk about it. Max Allegri does not want to be held accountable for speaking on the Mercado, trying to put unnecessary pressure in the Mercado when it comes to the club and who they're going to get, what they're going to get. But let's be clear. When he signed an agreement, when he came into Juventus, one of those underlying beliefs was Max Allegri will have a hands-on approach when it comes to Mercado. And the players that have been rumored with Juventus, obviously getting Kostic, potentially bringing in Paredes, then we'll see what happens down the line from there if they get anybody else. That is a situation that seems to be based on the desires and the needs of Max Allegri. Kostic seems to be a guy that Max Allegri said, but more importantly, the Paredes trail seems to be a guy that lines up with Max Allegri. Will that one come to fruition? What will happen with that? We're still yet to see. A lot of rumors out there, a lot of reporting that an agreement's already been made with the player, but the clubs have to come to an agreement. First off, how much is Juve going to pay the player? If they're paying, there's been reports of as much 7 to 8 million euros. That's absolutely astronomical and insane. They don't need to be doing that. I've seen numbers of 5 as well. 5 seems a little bit more reasonable, but still, holy hell, that's expensive compared to what you're spending for a lot of players. And then how much are you going to spend with PSG? I also wonder. Well, there's comments down the line, and we'll get to that. I'll time myself out real quick. Continue on though. He says, I'm very happy with what Bremer is doing. Every day he comes to training with determination and tries to improve and fit into the group. I think Bremer was a fantastic addition, and I hope that he continues to be that guy down the line for Juve. Now, let's move it on to the slide, if you will. That's going to be a little bit more contentious, maybe with Juventus fans, maybe, at least for me it is. And that is this one. Max Allegri made comments replacing Luca Pellegrini, ? We have 4 fullbacks. By the way, Deschilio and Danilo can play either on the right or the left. I think Luca, for what he did last season, Eintracht is a good opportunity for him. Whew. My guy. My God, what are you doing? What are you doing to us as Juventus fans? For all intents and purposes, it seems that Juve are not moving toward a three-man defense. I thought maybe they were, just given, the rumors of not pursuing another left back. But you're going to tell me that I have to put my faith in DeScilio and Danilo, two that consistently disappoint. Danilo has fallen off planet Earth. I mean, if you watched him last game, he was miserable against Atletico Madrid. He was miserable against Real Madrid as well. Like, I can't put that faith in there that you want to have not only Alexandro out there, but potentially his substitution would be that of DeScilio or Danilo. These are not good enough. This isn't good enough. Honestly, I'd rather have Luca Pellegrini out there. I know this may be a hot take. My personal opinion is, at least when I was watching Luca Pellegrini, he looked like he was giving a damn and trying. He may not be up to the same level talent-wise and just ability-wise that you're hoping that Juventus should have in going out there in the Mercado. But at the same time, at least I saw that he was trying. And that's something, that's gotta count for something. I still think, though, down the line that there's rumors out there today even that there are moves potentially for another left back, being very shaded, guarded on any kind of names, but there is potentially movement for a left back. So Max Allegri may just be throwing out a smokescreen, just saying this because nothing's done and nothing, whatever. You're just, like I said, cover for the club until a new guy comes in. The new guys, the names that are out there are not the most impressive, especially when it seems more and more likely, even though this may be us fans doing it because of the early reports, but early reports seem to mean something. Emerson Palmieri, I'm worried that would be the one that they end up going with. We'll see if they get a Regulon, if they get another guy, Renan Lodi, something like that down the line. That one I could live a little bit more with, but how is that deal going to get done? What kind of loan, what kind of whatever situation, we'll see. But as it stands right now, if you're just listening what Max Allegri is saying, it's saying get comfy with Danilo and DeScilio on the left, which I'm not here for it. Let's say that. Let's continue on, though. He goes on to say, we have a duty to aim to win, knowing that there are teams that did better than us last season. Yeah. For us, this has to be an incentive to try to catch up with the others. We have to have enthusiasm, but also the knowledge that we have to work because winning is never easy. So there's your coach speak, additional coach speak, a lot of gobbledygook that's just thrown out there, means a lot of nothing. It's a lot of pretty words that just basically mean go fight, go try hard, you got to go win. Okay, that's great. Win the damn game. That's what you get paid to do. You get paid to go win the damn game. Players, go win the damn game. Max Allegri, win the damn game. Nedved, go win the damn game. Cherubini, Arriva Bennett, go win the damn game. How do you do that? You have different jobs to do to make sure they win the damn game. And that's all I'm saying. All right. Continue on. The seventh part. Young players, Max Allegri says. I'm in line with the club. It's useless to keep them all here. Then they don't play. We have not yet decided who will stay and who will leave. A lot will also depend on how the market evolves. Interesting comments. It seems more and more likely given the way people are prognosticating, depending on deals that are being done, promises that are being made. Fagioli, Rovella, Menetti, which ones will stay, which ones will go. It seems more and more likely now that the actual options that will be staying will be, of course, that of Menetti and, of course, Fagioli because of him signing onto a new deal. And there are a lot of rumors out there that Rovella has a lot of suitors of people that want to take him in on loan. I still stand pretty firmly that my personal opinion is that Nicolo Rovella is the best of the three right now when it comes to actual ability, experience, all that in one, putting him on the pitch and what you saw. I think that Menetti has the highest ceiling because of pure talent. Fagioli, I think, is solid, but I still don't rank him as high as the other ones. I'm not hating on Fagioli. I would keep all three if it were an option, and then you could also feel comfortable in winning with that. But if you're telling me you can only pick two, Rovella's got to be in those two. That would be my decision. I am not operating under any delusions that I think that he actually will stay. I think he actually is out. The only way I could see him maybe staying is if there is some kind of understanding and agreement that Paredes is just not doable for Juventus because of all the financial situation behind it. The player's salary, the amount of money that PSG are asking for and whatever, that's not going to get done. Then maybe you keep Rovella because he can play as that Regista position. But I doubt it for right now. So we'll see what happens. The report, though, has been more Tuesday, one is going to be out. And right now it appears to be Fagioli, Medetti, and then Rovella being the odd man out. Which, again, I still question. Last bit of news, or last bit, what he said today, from the press conference was, we have to keep a low profile now. There's too much triumphalism around. I don't like it. Here's my question. Who's spouting the triumphalism? Who's the one doing this? By God, it can't be Juventus. There's no chance, if you're asking me, that it's Juventus doing it. Because if you are, where the hell are you coming from? If you're a Juventus player, if you're a fan, management, whatever it is, where are you coming from? And this is what we do here. This is a reactionary channel. Community, commentary, opinion-based stuff. We talk and we hear it all. I've heard nobody have any kind of triumphalism when it comes to Juventus. Maybe he's saying the other teams are that way, and that's the only way I can understand. If you're saying that maybe Inter and Milan and Napoli or whoever, that they feel confident that they're going to run roughshod over your squad, because your squad that you have together right now and the coaching that you've done is not good enough. Is not going to be good enough to win the Scudetto. Barely is going to be good enough to make the top four, if we are lucky and all things pan out the way that we hope that they will. I don't know that. I don't understand it. I need some kind of clarification of what he's talking about and what he's setting at. When he says we have to keep a low profile now, maybe if I'm going back to that, maybe he is saying that it's the other guys and not him. Here's my problem. Here's what I will say with this. Yes, as the old lady, as Juventus, you should garner and you should already have respect earned because you're Juventus. And people, and for the most part, most squads do. They view Juve as the target, the number one, the head honcho, whatever you want to say. But with the way that Juventus have played for the last 2, really almost 3 years, there's no way that anybody feels that nobody goes into a game against Juventus thinking that they are unbeatable. Everybody thinks that this is their time to take down the top dog or the top lady, if you will. I was going to say the B word because it's a female, but I'm not getting in trouble. That's what I'm saying. So that's got to be what it is. Maybe he's just doing an underdog role. Maybe he's doing the world against Juventus. Juventus, everybody just thinks that they can do whatever against us. Maybe that's what he's saying. Again, I basically posited both sides for you. My opinion either way, I don't love it, is what I'm saying. But that's fine. That's what coaches do. Coaches are going to spout stuff like this. Let me know your thoughts. What was your takeaway from the way that he said that? Did you take it as him saying the other clubs are too confident? Or are you saying that Juve and their players and the staff, fans are like that are too confident? Because I can't get on board for that part. Anyway, guys, we'll see what happens. What are your predictions? Juve, Sassuolo, tomorrow. We'll be here doing a watch along. Join me. I'll be doing a watch along, hopefully spouting off some nonsense, having a little fun, I'm hoping, and then we can see where the season really starts for Juve. Will they bring home 3 points, and do we feel comfortable, or is this going to be another one where we start from behind, tails between our legs, and a little bit nervous? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you haven't already, do me a favor, smash that like button, give me a big thumbs up. It really helps our channel to continue to grow. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. You can follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter. Follow my guys Julian Genotti at Genotti151, and also Alejandro at AlejandroBZ on Twitter as well. And of course, you can follow Bianconeri Zone at Bianconeri Zone, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.